My thoughts on Elon Musk getting involved in German elections? I share my thoughts very often. Elon Musk is an ultra dangerous human being. Elon Musk is a very dangerous human being that is pushing his own oligarchic agendas. He knows that the right-wing parties in Europe help with destabilization. It helps his agenda, and that's why he pushes them. And I hope the EU starts moving against Elon Musk. There's now talks about moving against Elon. For example, they talk about banning X from Europe, which is not going to happen though. Look, man, I'm predicting that the next German election will change absolutely nothing. The Germans are complaining about everything for many years, and these two parties have led Germany, yet they still have over 50%. I don't care too much anymore. I don't really care who wins anymore. I don't think it really matters. I think all of them are corrupt. All of them are fucking evil. I think the green is the least evil. They will get my vote. I want to support them. I'm telling you right now, black-red will win the election. The new Chancellor of Germany will be Friedrich Merz. Vice Chancellor will be Olaf Scholz. As I always say on the stream, I try. I know I fail all the time. I'm not perfect. I try to base my life on reason and logic. That's what I like to base my life in. But elections have no reason and logic anymore. It doesn't matter who the fuck you vote for. It doesn't matter. I'm becoming very socialist lately. I shouldn't be. I should just like the rich guys. I should vote AFD, right? I should vote AFD. AFD is at its core, if you really look at what the AFD is in their program, which no one does. They're a rich people's party. I have 3 examples right now from their program. They want to make the protection for, if you rent an apartment, you have currently 3 months of defense that they can kick you out. They want to lower that. No, you have 6 months. They lower it to 3 months. The AFD is against inheritance tax. The AFD wants to lower the Spitzensteuersatz, which is the highest tax in Germany after 80,000 euros per year, which I'm in. The AFD is a rich people's party. They're like the FDP, but no one cares. No one knows this. No one fucking reads anything. Everybody's just emotion. If you really look at governments and what they do, it benefits the rich so much, man. This is how much a voter of this party would actually benefit from their shit. If you vote for the SPD and you're really rich, you will lose money, but the lower classes will gain money. The left-wing party wants to fuck the rich, which I agree with, but they're fucking dead already. They cannot win. They're below 5% hurdle. They're fucking dead. That party is destroyed. This is the 2 biggest parties in Germany. Who do they fucking benefit? Who do they fucking benefit, huh? 55% of Germans vote for this. Half of Germany is right inside here and votes for a party that does that. And that is the big issue of the human race. People are missing the education to know that they're voting for the wolves. And that's why I'm so not into politics anymore, and I don't want to talk about it too much anymore, or I don't want to put emotions into it. It's too fucking dumb. It's so unlogical. Do a politic test right now, Tommy. You guys will love that, huh? You guys love content like this. It's for the EU election? Okay, let's do that. I did this many times on stream. It's not gonna be that surprising. Let's go through it quickly, okay? Every person should have the right to freely decide about their own body. Decisions such as organ donations and abortion should therefore be purely private decisions. Massive ultra agree. Every constitution in the world is about the freedom of oneself. So yes, this is even like just legal. Same-sex couples should have the same rights to marry and legal benefits as heterosexual couples. Why not? Once again, I think I'm a big constitutionalist. And the German constitution states in Article 3, all people are equal. Then why are they not equal in front of in like marriage and stuff? Let them have 50% divorce rate. Why would you ever be against this? It's only out of religious reasons. Use of drugs of any kind for personal use should not be punishable. The use of drugs of any kind for personal use should be not punishable. I disagree with that. Obviously, they're talking about any drug, and a lot of drugs are just fucking dangerous and terrible. So, no. Immigrants and refugees should have the fundamental right to settle freely and work in Germany. This is badly phrased. This is badly phrased in a legal standpoint because there's a difference between immigrant and a refugee. Refugee is a status, right? You can literally define it. I don't remember anymore, but there's a German law code that defines what a refugee is. You're being hunted in your own home country because you're gay or your religion. That person should have the right to come to Germany. But just because should obviously be controlled. Just because immigration, hey, I want to come to Germany, I'm not being hunted in my own country, that should be looked into a bit, you know? I'm all pro-immigration. We need immigrants in Germany. That's a fact. If you're anti-immigrant, you're gonna die. We need 300,000 people every year with our bad birth rates. But it needs to be fucking done in an orderly fashion. State interference in personal freedom should be limited as far as possible in order to protect the freedom of the individual. A very deep one, because I disagree with this nowadays. Obviously, we all love freedom. Freedom. But one thing I observe in my 33 years of living is that the more free a society is, the more retarded they become. They're free to eat fast food. They're free to watch dumb TV all day. They're free to be on X all day. For example, I'm a big fan of an internet ID that you can be hunted down by officials on the internet. I agree with that shit. So I disagree with this. I learned how too much freedom makes people go insane. Look at the internet, man. Depends on who's in power, yeah. But one example I would lose here is, for example, here's an example I would make. The state should interfere in the personal use of the internet. For example, I agree that, yes. Traditional values and marriage between a man and a woman should be supported and protected. No, everything should be equal. An unmarried couple should be equally treated like a married couple. That's equality. No. Hard disagree. It's the responsibility of the state to promote and preserve moral values and ethical norms in society. First of all, you think no? It's also society's job. But is the state responsible to help that shit? Yeah. Yeah, obviously, yeah. Yeah, the state should use its money to make sure we don't become savages. Yeah. Yeah. The government should pursue a strict immigration policy to preserve cultural identity and national interest. Again, badly phrased. National interest? Yes, I agree with you. Cultural identity? No. What is our cultural identity? That we blow our fucking hands off on New Year's Eve? That we eat the worst fucking meat in the world and complain all the time? That's our fucking culture? Fuck that. The question is kind of saying, should we be very careful with immigration so our culture doesn't fall apart? And I disagree with that. I think these questions are not well phrased. They're very polemic, very superficial. And national interest. National interest means, though, that's different. National interest means statistics show that immigration is heightening crime, so it's our national interest. We should be more strict on it. I agree with that, but not about cultural identity. This is not well phrased. This should have been cut here. Hating your own culture is crazy. No one hated on your own culture, man. You're a fucking foolish young man, bro. Dude, I live in a hipster neighborhood now. There's the Vietnamese, there's Syrians, and it's fucking nice, man. I can go to the German tavern, I can eat the Syrian shawarma, I can go to the Vietnamese guy, I can eat Japanese sushi. What the fuck is a cultural identity? As a German, what's our fucking identity? To hit our fucking wives? To eat currywurst for €1? To bitch all the time? That's our fucking identity, bro? Fuck that shit. I'm skipping that one. I think it's badly phrased. Traditional norms should play an important role in educational and public institutions. You mean like codified law that's in a textbook? Like in a law book? I think they're all badly phrased. I think this is all fucking bad. Traditional norms is such a wide thing. Like you believe in Christmas and shit like that? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. State intervention in personal freedoms may be necessary to protect society as a whole. 100%. Fully agree. That's where I'm a fucking Orwellian. I fully agree with this. TommyKay is pro CCTV in the streets. I want cameras in the streets, man. I'm fully for that. 100%. Yes. Look at society, man. Everybody does what they want. They shit everywhere. Everybody is fucking crazy, man. Fuck that shit. This is fun, man. You guys having fun? The market should function as far as possible without government. No. Massive disagree. We all learned in school that the market should be free, the free end of the market. I think we clearly all know now that the free market is a hoax and a myth. The free market is accustomed to the greed of the rich. The rich are gonna use propaganda, commercials, certain systems for their own benefit. So the free market will always help the top 1%, which is a fact of life that we all see nowadays. Look at the monopolies they have built, etc., etc. Fucking, they're not paying any taxes. YouTube is in Ireland, man, not paying the right EU taxes, man. They're all fucking us, these companies, and the state needs to fuck them 100%. 100% massive disagree. Can't let the market go free, because then you get endgame capitalism that we have right now. It is legitimate for companies to pursue profits as their primary goal before considering other priorities. I mean, yes, that's the soul of a company. A company's goal is to make profit. But I will think it's the government and society that has to make sure this shit doesn't go too far. In its core, that's what a company is there for. 100%. Yes. Obviously, they should pursue profit. There's a lot of issues with that. There's a lot of problems with that. But it's not the company's fault. The company as an institution is just a thing that wants to make money. The government should improve the framework conditions for entrepreneurial activity through tax cuts and less bureaucracy. How would you ever say no here? The government should help streamers with less taxes and less bureaucracy. I mean, how would you ever be against that? Salaries should be market-driven, determined for negotiations, not by government regulations. First thing I feel is no, because non-government entities such as companies will always exploit you. Companies will always try to pay you the least. They will always try to fuck you. And it's the government, actually, like in Germany, that made minimum wage a good thing. What is the market? The market wants you to make zero money for more profit. Obviously, no. The market hates you. International trade shall take place without trade barriers to facilitate the exchange of goods and services across borders. Yeah. We all saw that tariffs aren't good. We saw that video that tariffs actually hurt the people. Free trade is a good thing. Free trade can hurt the local economy, though. But then maybe the local economy is just too fucking weak. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Free trade, good. Essential goods and services such as healthcare and education should be available to all citizens as a fundamental right. How would you ever How would you disagree with that? If you're Trump's friend or a big CEO, you're gonna click this. But why would you disagree with this? The state should actively exercise control over key industries to avoid mob 100 trillion million%. Once again, easily, you see what happens when a company gets a monopoly. They become too powerful. They fuck the people up 100%. Inequalities in income and wealth should be reduced as much as possible through progressive taxes and redistribution in order to promote financial equality. I fully agree. That's the problem. I fully agree in my soul. But this will hurt me IRL. But this will kind of hurt me. I'm doing a slight degree. Look at that. Look how nice the streamer is, huh? I still care about you. You can't even Twitch Prime. Employees should also be allowed to strike in critical sectors. How would you ever be against that? Are unions allowed to strike in every sector? Yes, if they believe this will strengthen their... I mean, how would you ever be against that? That blows my mind. If you click this button, you're either a billionaire or you're a fucking 12-year-old idiot. In companies, democratic processes should be promoted by the state to give employees more participation. So imagine you're Apple, and Germany says you need to allow your employees to vote for their CEO. I'm a bit against that. I still am for freedom. Sure, I say the whole time companies need to be regulated by the government, but I think that's too much regulation. It's like the women's quota. 50% of your CEOs have to be women. I don't like shit like this. This is how I think, right, about capitalism. Any company, let's say you and me, we have a company, we sell apples. You and me, we sell apples. I massively believe we should be left alone. You and me, we do our thing. This is our company. We have the responsibility. But if we go too far, like pollution, exploitation of workers, then the government has to come in and fuck us up. That's what I believe in. Let them be free, but if they do illegal shit, fuck them up. I'm against that. The EU should be deepened through a social union with long-term integrated... Yeah, 100%. I'm very pro-EU. The EU should continue to sanction member states that violate EU laws. Yes. We all decided that we abide to the same laws, and if Viktor Orban and Poland don't agree with that, they need to get fucked up. The EU should strengthen its political body, for example, for the direct election of the composition of the parliament. Yeah, 100%. Direct democracy. The EU should be allowed to levy its own tax to secure its financing. Hello, Mr. K. You're already giving us half of your money. Can you give us some more for the EU? The EU should take its funding from the taxes already paid. Like Germany collects taxes and takes some of that to fund the EU. No. 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 Fuck off. The 1.35% degree target is the most important goal of all times. I agree with that. As you know, I personally believe the biggest challenge of the human race ever is global warming. Effective climate policy is more important than economic growth. Disagree. That's a skip to me. I think that's actually contradiction. Effective climate policy doesn't work. We have seen it in the past. Capitalism cares about growth and is as thus not mixable with effective climate policy. The way you fix climate change is to make it attractive for capitalism to be more green. I always see a capitalistic company as a non-thinking entity. It's just a monster that has one goal, and that is profit. And I don't blame a company for that. The way to fix global warming, I think, in my opinion, is you have to teach this monster that green stuff, organic products, whatever the fuck, is profitable. It's not more important. It doesn't work. No. I think a lot of these questions are very dumb, childish, and superficial. Do you agree that environmental regulations should be tightened even if it limits personal freedoms? Yes. That's where I'm authoritarian as fuck. You can hate me all you want. This is my opinion. You're watching this to hear my opinion. I believe the human race is incapable of fixing global warming, and only by force we can fix it. For example, you will force people to drive their car less. You will force people more into buses and etc. In order to achieve the sustainability goals, more and stronger measures must be implemented. That's a fact. We're not doing enough. The problem is this kills your economy. It's all a bit deeper than that. A lot of this is much deeper. Climate policy should promote more innovative technology that could expand solution 100%. And I'm just a green cunt, vote and Green Party. Yeah, I'm a left-wing cunt. I always felt I'm close to SPD, but SPD is traitors. They are traitors to the people. I mean, climate, I'm gonna be the most green cunt ever. Okay, I'm very, very green, yeah. And EU integration. CDU, okay. They think like me with that. Yeah, AFD, man, not at all. A lot of my leftism comes from me thinking global warming is the biggest threat of all times. If I wouldn't think like that, I would be much more liberal, thinking the economy is more important than all this climate shit. To be honest, dude, you're gonna hate this, but I like triggering you guys. I have my own opinions. The current availability of meat to the lower classes hurts them. A lot of issues with obesity, bad health, cardiovascular diseases comes from the meat consumption of red meat right now. Less meat consumption, because it's not affordable to the lower classes, is good for them. I doubt lower classes eat a lot of red meat. You know nothing. You have no idea. My girlfriend is literally a nutritional scientist. She just finished a degree, some extra degree, and she showed me statistics that red meat is mostly consumed by the lower your income, the worse your nutrition, obviously, and the more you eat red meat, which is bad for you. If you notice that when you started to earn more money, you also started eating less meat, I noticed that with myself. Yes. If you guys remember old Tommy, if anyone knows old Tommy, and this is just a fact of life. It's just facts. I know people get offended. I was an uneducated, poor guy. I had no money. I was a bit of an idiot that knew nothing about nutrition. So every morning, I would go to the supermarket. It was live on stream. And I would buy these packages of 4 red steaks from Hungary. Ultra cheap. Paprika Nacken steaks. Germans might know. Fucking cheap, bad stuff. And I would eat 4 of them every single day. Unhealthy as fuck. Fucking bad, bro. And yeah, I would agree with you that since I'm richer, I eat less bad meat. She even told me this. I can't know the exact state. She told me this stuff. That how especially men eat way too much red meat. And it raises their fucking risk. Important. Risk. Of artery diseases, heart disease by like 40% and shit and stuff like that. I think even cancer. Cancer is raised massively. Imagine you take 50% of the world and give them nutritional education. What's good for them, what's bad for them, right? Dude, McDonald's would fall apart. The stockholders would lose all their money. You would lose so many jobs. All the jobs in these sectors would fall apart. And this is why I often argue for capitalism. It is so important that we have uneducated people, because they buy all the bullshit that makes all the money. The solution to most things is education. But then you look at your country, look at my country. Education is always fucked. No one pushes it. Everywhere you hear, oh, we don't have money for education, sorry. We don't have money for this. I wonder why. Because there's nothing worse for capitalism than an educated civilian, bro.